The Priscilla Shallows of Madagascar. Located on the cusp of a bustling trade route, it is the perfect place for an ambush. Here is our gang of pirates, the Raiders, going head-to-head with a gang of rival players, the Cutthroats. Victory goes to the team with the most loot at the end of the hunt.
Are we ready for a hunt?
Knowing how to sail with the wind is a pirate's most precious skill. Use the winds to increase your speed or to position yourself for tactical advantage in battle. To reap the most rewards, it is best to split up, some going inland, others keeping to the open sea. Each warship has unique strengths. The frigate's hull is reinforced, its arsenal equipped with numerous culverin cannons. The brigantine is devastating up close, with a battering ram designed to break any resistance.
Set for top! Move!
The sloop of war kills from afar, with its crippling long-ranged mortars and precise long 9 cannons.
Sail! Flying hostile colors!
All sail! Ride the wind!
All hands on deck!
Position fixed!
Open fire!
Nothing will save you now! Brace for impact! Woo! Drown, you soggy nutmegs!
Don't let bloodlust cloud your purpose. You're here for the loot, and so are your rivals.
Store the goods, then back to your stations.
The team that escapes with the most loot claims victory.
Sail!
Searching for more targets on the horizon, our sloop of war spots a rival pirate ship further inland.
Rockets on deck! Come on!
Piracy man! Fire!
With its heavily reinforced hull, our frigate swoops in to save the day, bearing the brunt of the damage.
Another day, another victim!
Speed, Mr. Mercy! Vamos con todo!
Our gang of pirates is now taking aim at the frigate, and it will take team coordination to take her down.
Fuego!
Hold tight, lads! That ship's badly damaged!
They are killing! We can take their ship!
With the enemy ship's broadside now vulnerable, our frigate rushes in to board her.
No quarter! Taste the blackened silver!
Fancy snorting some fish piss? We've got pirate hunters!
It's the rat fleet! Man over! Rockets away!
Pirate hunters have been sent in, signaling the end of the hunt. They target the pirates with the most stolen loot.
Time to make our escape, Captain, or we are good for the news!
They're firing mortars!
Full tilt, Silbo! Full tilt!
The pirate hunter defenses are so strong that the only option is escape. The brigantine is sacrificing herself to buy time for the frigate, who carries the most loot.
Incoming fire!
The frigate now needs to make its escape through the reefs.
Captain, let's make for the reefs!
Successful pirates know when to run, with their hulls full and the wind at their backs.
Sailor, what will we do with the drunk? Sailor, what will we do
do with the drunken sailor lying?
There's a new pirate adventure on the horizon, Skull and Bones, and its port of origin is Ubisoft Singapore.
Just to be able to tell people, hey, I'm working on a pirate game, and it's the pirate game we've always dreamed about. We've always dreamed of playing this game.
That resonates with a lot of us that really have dreamed about making the ultimate pirate game. Nobody ever played pirate by themselves.
While working on Black Flag, at the end of it, we tried to put two players together, and it was just amazing. Like that very simple experience, just two ships with those great cannons, all that firepower that you give to the player, and you blow everything. That was just super cool. We already knew that something great could come out of that.
We're not making Black Flag 2.0, we're making our own game, but we really went to school on what we've done in the past.
In this video, you'll learn what it takes to become a pirate kingpin, how you'll craft your fleet to aid your allies and loot your enemies, why the Indian Ocean is the true home of piracy, and how the team's experience and expertise from working on Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag inspired them to embark on this ambitious new journey.
Our pirates are at the helm of the ship, so we control a giant tall ship across different classes of ships, from a small sloop to a giant frigate.
The pirates themselves start out with one ship, and over time they're going to collect more and more ships. And that gives them lots of play style options and ways to take on their enemies. The other thing that it gives them a chance to do is to start to develop strengths in combat and PvP with and against other players.
One of our very interesting class that we have today is a sharpshooter. Basically, it's a long gun that is on a very small ship that doesn't have a lot of defense, but can shoot very, very far, extremely strong.
And we also have the frigate, which is able to basically sponge up damage. And it's very deadly when it gets its broadsides zeroed in on its target. So our vision for our classes and our ship types is very similar to traditional RPG archetypes. So we want players to have a familiar system that they understand from playing other games and other genres.
We want to give the players opportunities to have lots of these different ships, so I can, depending on my situation, switch between my ships to support my teammates or support my friends, or to betray my friend or betray my former ally.
The combat that we wanted to bring was multi-dimensional, and one of the strong dimensions is the positioning. Which side of his hull is stronger than the other, but also what will be the direction and the position that will give him an advantage in terms of wind positioning.
The pivotal breakthrough for the experience of navigation and combat in Skull and Bones is using the wind and the ocean itself. And for us, wind is that tactical layer that lays on top of our systemic ocean. So wind is not just a navigation tool, it's how you assess a situation. It's used for positioning, to be in the right position to strike. It can be used both offensively and defensively. It's a way for you to escape quicker and gain an advantage on your prey.
So we can read it in every single element of the world, read it in the stream that you can see in the world, read it in the sails, the way they are turning, the way they are inflating.
The ability to position your ship so that you can bring your weapons to bear, and all kinds of different weapons, from mortars to rockets to cannons.
There are a lot of key things that you have to juggle. You have the ability to go up to the crow's nest. You have a much wider FOV, almost a 360 degree if you go around view of the environment. That helps you make decisions using the wind, the environment, and the position of your target.
Position fixed!
Open fire!
So when you're constantly learning the abilities of your ship, compounded by the weaknesses of your target, you're even able to become a more deadly predator. We want players to feel powerful, but not all of the factions are toothless. So when the player encounters these factions, he'll have to make those decisions. Is it a target I can take on by myself? Is it something where I've got to take down using my friends? I've got to call some of my buddies and my gang and bring them online with me, or I'm not going to have a chance. The world reacts, And that's where our pirate hunters come in. They represent the VOC, and they have a vested interest in securing the safety of their merchant ships. So the more thefts, the more heists that take place, the more likely it is in the world and in loot hunt that the pirate hunter is going to respond and try to hold you accountable for robbing from them. I will say that the pirate hunters are something you can't tackle by yourself, and there's going to be lots of encounters like that in Skull and Bones where you have to work together with your friends. But we'll wait and see. I mean, the idea is to put these things in a world that is logical and cohesive, and I'm not going to say it's impossible. I'm just saying don't try to do it by yourself. I'm sure someone's going to try to do it.
Oh, of course.
And somebody will be successful, but that guy will be legendary.
The Indian Ocean was super compelling for us. It's a different setting. It has all of the major ecosystems and so many different trade resources within the world that we could build a fantasy, very strong fantasy about how pirates operated and how pirates worked inside the Indian Ocean.
So you have an ocean that has amazing trade winds, beautiful waters that change in color and texture and behavior from region to region. It gives us a really huge canvas for us to tell our story.
We have a team who understand and live in the middle of the Indian Ocean. And because you understand it, you can smell it almost. When we have the image on screen, we know what it looks like in real life. We know how it feels like. We understand the world as it is in the Indian Ocean. And I think that makes a lot of difference.
Our game is dominated by a lot of islands and shorelines and so on. It's a bit close to what we have here in Singapore in terms of the environment. It's very tropical, there's a lot of beaches. It's a subject matter that's a bit familiar to us here. So we pay attention to the big picture, from the big composition to lighting, and all the way to the smaller details like little swaying ropes and the subtle spray from the ocean.
The one thing, the adventure to go on with you as the star, your pirate is the center of this game. And then if every player is the center of the game, we make these communities and we make their own stories. And across different seasons, across different time periods, the game will live on, and we'll keep introducing new and unique content, different ships, different weapons, different items, different locations, different game modes.
And I think that's what makes Skull and Bones so special, is this idea that you can create your own gang, you can have your own identity, your own flags, your own emblems, your own colors, and you can go to war with each other and build your gang up to take over the whole Indian Ocean.
Men from all over the world sail the treacherous trade routes of the Indian Ocean. The riches in their holds fuel their dreams of power and fortune, while whetting the appetites of those they fear most. Pirates.
After 70 years, that what he goes there for is to unlock the door. No, we're never gonna
not kiss the girls, my lips would grow a moldy. Way, ho, away, we'll haul away.